We're out here on the mighty St. Lawrence today, home of the jumbo perch, and we're talking tips and tricks to get on them big old jumbo perch. Can't even breathe. Let's get in the tent, let's get to fishing.
Let's see how you do.
So we're midwinter right now, and we're just out here on a big old flat mixture of like some weed, some mud, some hard bottom. And this is where the perch are gonna come this time of year. Early winter, end of winter, you're gonna wanna target shallow, like 10 to 15 feet. Midwinter, they can be anywhere from 10 to 20 to 20 to 40 and plus even further, depending on the body of water you're on. Typically, I like to look for areas like on Navionics. I like to look at Navionics or bathymetric maps online of where I'm planning on fishing and targeting areas that have some flats, but at the same time, there's deep water nearby. Those fish can dip down into cover overnight and come up onto the flat to feed all day. And that's the beautiful thing about perch is there's just a daytime fish. You're gonna catch them all freaking day. I really like to target mud myself because so many natural bugs and everything that they're eating already comes out of the mud. You pair that with a lure that draws their attention, looks natural, tipped maybe with some meat like waxworms or maggots. It's a recipe for success. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh yeah, it's a big one. Look at that guy, man. Absolute beauty. And when you're looking for a location, it's very likely that you'll drop down or look on your fish finder and not see any fish. They really tuck to the bottom structure. They'll really, like walleye, they'll hug really low, so you might not even see them right away. So drill a grid of holes out in an area, start jigging around, see if you can find a perch or two. Chances are there's gonna be a big school not far behind them. Once the school comes in, you get them fired up, it's usually game over. Oh, there we go. What do we got? What do we got? Oh yeah. True North baits. Right down his throat. Gotta love it. Nice golden color. This is what we came here for, folks. Got that goby plastic going on the tungsten. Perfect. This guy's staying with us, man. There's absolutely so many options for perch lures. You got jigging spoons, you got rattle baits, you got jigging wraps, you got tungstens, all different types of tungstens, soft plastics. There's just, the list is endless. Generally for perch, you don't need to go big at all. Start around a 1/16 ounce, 1/8 ounce, and go up maybe even to a 1/4 ounce from there if the perch are being really aggressive that day. Find the key with perch lures to have something with a sort of a small profile, but something heavy like tungsten. You know, as you've seen, you pick one up, you want to get back down there as quickly as possible so you can take advantage of the school that's swimming around you. You can really try and figure out what they're wanting that day, type of jigging cadence they're looking for. Some days they don't want it moving at all. Some days they'll come in really aggressive and you can just jig them right up and they'll hammer it. Yes. So definitely experiment a little bit on that particular day, fine tune throughout the day as you go, see what's working, what's not working. One thing you want to remember is the perch don't have great eyesight. Even like today, we have a cloudy day, there's snow on top of the ice, and it's creating a scenario where it's not very bright down there. So using lures that are a bit brighter and stand out in the water column, combine that with jigging up a bit higher in the column so you can call those fish in. Here we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Biggin on the Simcoe bug. Gotta love it, man. That's a beauty keeper right there. Now, when it comes to perch tackle, there's definitely a few things I would recommend that will lead to more success in general. First of all, using fluorocarbon, a couple feet of fluorocarbon, as light as possible, anywhere from 3 up to 6 pounds is gonna be ideal, especially in these clear bodies of water like we're on today. It's just gonna keep everything that much more invisible, that much more natural. Always have a little barrel swivel on top between your main line and your fluoro. It's gonna prevent line twists, which is always great. In terms of rods, I mean, you can use any rod for any fish, right? But when it comes to perch, they can be really light biters and you wanna be ready for that. So having a light rod, an ultra light, a medium light is absolutely absolutely ideal. Something with a really soft tip and a really good backbone to handle those bigger fish. Pair that with a 500 to 1000 size series reel, your main line being, again, anywhere from 3-6 pound, whatever you can find that's really light. Do like what we're doing right now, jigging up higher off the bottom. You're segregating those active fish that are eating like right now, and they're gonna come up and hit you. Everything else that's staying around the bottom, they're being passive, probably not gonna eat. Don't bother going down and jigging in their face. Ooh, those are big. Look at these guys just flying in. Oh, look at them all. Oh, they are aggressive. Look at them all, man. Yeah, a couple nice ones in there for sure. Once the school gets fired up, they tend to all get fired up, so it almost becomes a competition for the food down there, especially in the winter. Food's not as common. It's a little more sparse, so if you can create a frenzy and just stay up a bit higher, get those active fish, you can be in good shape. Turn around on it. Turn around on it. Yes. Yes. That was one of them. That's cool. Oh, big old perch. Get that school fired up. Just keep them in the area and you'll just keep catching them, man. Get them off quick, get back down there because there's going to be bigger ones around. And as soon as you drop back down, just like you're seeing here, they're going to see that. They're going to come right back up on you. And in this case, they're like battling over who's going to get it. It's a big one. Look at this guy, man. Just big perch. Now, one thing's for sure, I cannot stress, especially for perch fishing, the importance of having a bit of meat on your hook. Anything from minnow heads, maggots, waxworms, mealworms, even regular worms are easy to find. A lot of tackle shops will carry these things, and if you can't find them at the tackle shop, you can just go to a pet store and you'll usually be able to find them there. But just load a couple onto your hook. You're gonna get a little bit of movement on there, especially like today when the perch are really finicky. It's gonna be the difference between you catching fish and not catching fish. Again, you know, they don't have the best eyesight, so that little bit of movement as they get closer and investigate your bait, they're gonna get that scent and everything as well. And it's just that extra enticement to get them to bite. Dang, that guy was interested. Oh, that's a good one. Simcoe bug just dangling. Another little thing I'll do is, instead of just tying a straight knot to the top of the lure, to impart a little more action when you're jigging down there with the lure, I'll tie a loop knot. And what that does is it allows the lure to sit on the line freely, and it just, I find, gives it a little more movement when you're jigging down in the water. Just little fine tuning of things that will make a difference on a day when the fish are really finicky. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh yeah. That guy was cruising in. You just gotta love the jumbies. The power of two people fishing for perch. With a lot of other game fish, you tend to compete with each other when you're trying to fish. You'll get a walleye coming in or this or that. It's gonna go for one or the other. But with perch, there's so many of them come in at once. And the way they are, they get so fired up when one starts eating that they actually start competing. So you got a buddy with you. I mean, got one person catching and reeling in, the other person's down there keeping those fish in the area. Yeah, Johnny just setting them to the moon, man. I love it. Oh, we're both on. Double header, baby. Yes, that was absolutely nasty, dude. There we go. Yep. You know, it's just a good time. You got a girlfriend or boyfriend who's never ice fished before, bring them out for perch. Got a little one you want to get into fishing, bring them out for perch. They're just an easy fish to get into ice fishing, and they're just so much fun. Well, now that you got a few perch under your belt, it's time to move on to walleye. Check out this video here for some more helpful tips. Really appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you at the next spot.